Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with business coach Malloy. And what a week for it has been for us the past 1 week. Uh, as most of you would know, that we launched our second business in West Bengal, Network in Action. Didn't expect the kind of traction that we are getting, not only in terms of membership, but in terms of the interest that we're seeing for the sub-franchisees. And I'll do a separate program and a separate video on how network in action can significantly change the way you have been, or we have all been networking into growing our business. But today we are back on our series, day 29 of a series of Power of Five. And last 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was in Kolkata, and we was part of a large exhibition of entrepreneurs. Huge amount of excitement, and people who tell me that Kolkata doesn't have business should just go and look at that event organized by BNI, the Business and Beyond event. But as I was walking around and talking to multiple people in the various booths, and also the people who came to me seeking advice on businesses, the common thread that I found amongst all of them are two. And today I'm going to do one, and next week I'll touch upon the other. But these are the two main challenges that a business owner is facing. It is not about the market. It's not about the customer. It's not about the competition. His scale up, the business owner's scale up, is getting affected because of two reasons. One is cash, and second is team. No big surprises out here. But there has been a significant, because we are all in the growth mode, and we are as business entrepreneurs, and I'll talk about the entrepreneur's conundrum in one of the episodes. We all see success. We all can sense that we can achieve a lot more than what we are doing today. But the two things that hold us back is the cash flow challenges, and second, the ownership that the current generation of employees have or don't have. And this is across the organization, across the sector. It could be a 7,000 crore business. It could be a 550 lakh business. These are the challenges. So today, let's speak about 5 ways on how you can improve your business cash flow. Because prioritizing cash flow has never been more critical. As a business owner, we are faced with multiple issues. How can players navigate cash flow in small businesses? How can you increase cash in the business? Why is an effective cash flow management becoming more important than ever? Because you can never take off the eyes of the cash flow, because it is the livelihood of a business. And quoted by Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, he says, cash flow is indeed the engine that drives your business, breathing life into every operational avenue, from procurement to production and marketing to payroll. But we are faced with challenges. And today in our series on the Power of Five, we'll dive into some of the most common cash flow challenges that small business owners have and how to improve them. Because do you know that 82% of small businesses fail because of an absence of efficient cash flow management? And the concern is a lot more when the mere question of survival, as a small business needs cash inflows to cover their expenses, the payrolls and investors and operations. And while all of this, you require a cash which is for your contingency. And the more I look around the world, not everyone is willing to accept that they should be impacted because you have a cash challenge. So what are the various triggers that impact the cash flow? One is extended payment period. Your customers are paying late. Your customers take 30, 60, 90, 120 days to pay. Because we are in that competitive zone where the customer seemingly has alternatives. But you have to pay. This last month's salary has to be paid this month. You cannot tell your employees that we have a 30, 60, 90-day credit period. So the business owners are forced to dip into their savings and in some cases into debt. Incomplete payments. This has become a real big problem. That partial payments have kind of become the norm. And your clients are making all sorts of excuses why they should be paying you in partial. The expenses have gone up. People demands have gone up. And most MSMEs often spend too much money without a thorough analysis of the activities that result in the negative cash flow. Where is your money going? What are the money that you can stop investing? Sometimes you spend too much because you want to go and show the world and prove something to the world. But step back into what used to happen in the past when flaunting was not there. When you didn't have to show off that you have a large office or a large team or drive the most expensive car just to prove that you've arrived. So MSMEs have traditionally nowadays have been spending money somewhat unrealistically. Seasonal fluctuations. Many businesses go through the seasonal fluctuations. While some businesses do extremely well during the festive season, there are other businesses which do very poorly in the festive season. And if you are in the commodity business, you will always have a challenge of the seasonality. Because the opportunities are so much, there's a rapid and unplanned expansion. While fast growth is usually commendable, but it temporarily disrupts the cash flow challenges. Small businesses might need to stock up, hire more people to meet the rising demand. And this often exhausts all funds, at least until the returns are in the horizon. And then the bigger one, the lower margins. Very few business owners are actually calculating their margins. And they cut prices because they're not looking at, and when we have done our sessions on how to look at the market size, because most business owners are not looking at the market size, and hence they're unwilling to let go of an unproductive client, they work on typically lower margins. So let's look at 5 ways on how you can improve your cash flow for small businesses. Number 1, cash flow forecasting. How many of us really have a forecasted 90-day cash flow in hand? Because cash flow forecasting will help you anticipate the future sales and expenses to find out if the business has enough cash to carry on. What are your accounts payable? What are your accounts receivable? When is tax payable? When is payroll done? If there's subsidiary units, when are the expenses? If you need to hire more people in the future, when will the payouts happen? Is it substantiated with inflow? Sometimes it may not be substantiated with inflow, and you will have to either dip into your savings or look into debt. But do you have a projected cash flow statement? If you don't have, start doing it now. Next 90 days, you should have a clear visibility about how your cash flow looks like. You may have a fortnight, and do it by the fortnight, and you may have a fortnight when you will have negative. Because if the visibility of the negative cash flow is there, then you work towards it. Then you either work towards getting in additional sales or additional debt, or dipping into your savings, or just postpone the expenses. Remember that in either case, the business would still need to hold enough cash to perform the vital duties of the business. Effective cash flow monitoring is critical. Will I need to borrow more money for the same? Cash flow monitoring will help you have a panoramic view of the business cash from all sources and help you navigate in the last minute. Second, streamline payments. As much as it's difficult, I understand, but try to streamline payments to boost cash flow. And number 1, and I've seen this happening again and again, send invoices on time. Your accountant is taking too much time in sending the invoices. If you don't submit the invoice, your payments, the clock doesn't start, because your customer is going to take his 15, 20, 25, 30 days to make the payment. Second, Focus on debt repayment. Never ever default on statutory expenses or debt repayment, because it affects your credibility. If you don't have cash, go out to your team and tell them that salaries will be delayed. If somebody is truly owned towards the business, they will stick with you. We have seen organizations not paying for six months, but employees have stuck around with them because they saw that light at the end of the tunnel. And in many cases, it's the employees, it's your delivery, which results in the delay in the cash. Number 3, cut down on your expenses. Take a hard look at all your expenses. Do I need this office? What if I let go of my infrastructure? What if I go into a smaller organization? Do I need all the people around me? Do I need to spend all that I'm spending today? Look at how you can restructure your business into optimizing your cash flow by cutting down on expenses. You can improve your operational efficiency while saving costs by letting go of unused subscriptions, inventory, unnecessary office expenses, so on. And a lot of retail wholesale outlets, I've seen inventory getting piled up. And because the inventory has been bought at a price which was lower or which was higher than what is the market price, you're holding on to that inventory. Let go of it. Let go of it and recover that cash. Identify the basic spending requirements and ask yourself, what do I need to do? Keep track of all the costs. Keep a track on tax deductions. Balanced inventory is one of the most crucial elements for improving cash flow. Digitize your inventory to streamline operations, reduce waste, and replenish stock as and when required. Number 4, build your funding sources. Strengthen your funding sources is critical to ensure that you're secured for any adverse situation and you have enough runway to carry on your operational expenses. Establish a cash cushion if possible. If not, immediately start working towards building a cash cushion. According to financial experts, small businesses must set aside at least 3 to 6 months of money to cover expenses. I am saying, can you have covered only 1 month? Because if you're covering 1 month, you're not at a stress point every single day. It will not only help maintain an adequate cash reserve for contingencies, but give you into a cushion. Automate your bank reconciliation. One of the major reasons for lower cash at hand are the errors and omissions that occur at the accounting phase. So automate them. Free up capital by leasing. If you're owning something, let go of it. Go out and lease. Stop your capital-intensive expenses. In the long run, give up the upfront costs. Use business credit cards, because by using business credit cards, you are postponing a current expense and improving your cash flow. And number 5, very, very critical, go out and redefine your business strategies. If your current business does not seem to be allowing you the cash flow cushion, do you need to relook at your business strategies? Do you need to let go of a certain set of clients? Do you need to diversify into another line of business? Do you need to contract your offerings? Do you need to get into a premium level of servicing? Overnight business strategies don't change, but at some point in time, you will have to start looking at your business strategies. By doing these 5 things, we don't have a magic wand that your cash flow challenges will go away. But by doing these 5 things, you can be rest assured that your cash flow improvement is starting. You have to start somewhere, because you cannot always be on the stress point of having a cash flow situation. Because if you are on the cash flow situation always, at some point in time, your business may itself cease to exist. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us. If you have any challenges, anything that you would want to talk to us, me and my team of 5 coaches are there at any point in time to have a conversation on how we can improve the sustainability of your business. Next week, we'll speak about the 5 things that you need to do to have a lesser team challenge. And the first thing that I'm telling you today you should do, as a preparation for next week, take down all your employees' name and write against them who are your must-haves, who are your good-to-haves, and who are your good-to-goes, because next week I'm going to tell you more about how to handle the management, the manpower situation. Thank you so much for being with us. Till next Monday, same place, same time. Have a great Monday and have a great week ahead, truncated week, but make best use of the 15th of August into planning your business. God bless.